Game 1, time in.
And a lot of wind coming at us, so Kawamoto and Johnson are against the wind, which is going to make those drives pretty tricky for the number 29 seed.
1-0-2.
Just a little bit of a tricky ball. Again, that low backhand below the net is a tough ball to hit, especially when the wind is coming at him like that. And letting that ball go, thinking it's going to go a little bit long, but that is a shot that Jorja Johnson does not miss a whole lot.
3-0-2. Side out. 0-3-1. Second serve. 0-3-2. Side out.
And just trying to create something for Veolia and Zilveti.
3-0-1.
And they are going to have to take their time, probably work their way to that line a little bit better. You know, that difference when you've got Jorja Johnson coming at you, she's high, she's above the net, she's getting the court underneath her. Well, 29 seed Veolia and Zilveti on that side, they're maybe a little too low to be in that offensive situation. They're more in a defensive setting. So it's a mistake a lot of players do make when they're trying to be offensive, is they stay too low instead of lifting on top of the wall. And just like that, you need that low to high motion.
Timeout, receivers,
and
5-0-1.
An immediate timeout, just obviously
5-0-2.
No damage. They're still on the second serve. And that is the point that Veolia and Zilveti do need to do. They kind of need to slow it down, build it a little bit more, not give Johnson too many attackable opportunities. But that is where some of that trouble is. Driving that ball,
0-5-2.
going full force, probably not going to be working. They've got to kind of think about more of a medium pace drive. Again, getting themselves set up at the net. It's going to be tricky to win that power game. Unless something like that happens, a little bit of a tip off on the paddle, and they are on the board.
1-5-2. Point.
And, another kind of just mistimed shot from Johnson.
2-5-2.
And
Jd.Kawamoto
absolutely ready for that speed up. She was sitting on her forehand.
Five, 2-1.
Now, I do love that lob. Jorja Johnson has that ball. It's a little two-hander that she flicks right over. Great disguise on that, but just a little bit too much on that one. And again, talking about, you've got Veolia and Zilveti at the net, but they're both pretty low and compressed, whereas Jorja Johnson, when she's starting to look to counter, she's getting high on top of the ball and accelerating forward. Now right there,
Side out.
much better offense, higher above the net, looking to hit down on the ball instead of saying low.
2-6-1.
And that again, that drive, it's risky. It's got to be on point because again, you've got Johnson and Kawamoto just looking for that ball to counter.
2-6-2.
Okay, those are the kind of points, but if you're going to make that speed up, you have to be ready for it to be back. You can't expect one ball to be the finishing of it. You've got to keep looking to put pressure, 2-3 balls at least. And even right there, Kawamoto had the right speed up, but almost wasn't expecting it to come back.
6-2-2.
And
Point.
just a textbook setup point from Kawamoto and Johnson. Kawamoto moving the ball so well, and Johnson just waiting for that
7-2-2.
opportunity for her to take that stab at the forehand in the middle.
I'll recall. 7-2-2.
Again, just this is where Weil and Zilveti are getting in a little bit of trouble. They're staying too low and compressed, and this is a big difference you're going to see with players more veterans, bigger experience. They're not going to be square to the net as much. Getting that rotation and that load is so important to being able to execute net clearance and power, consistency. And when they're building that, they're just staying a little bit too much on their heels and not getting their toes turning or their shoulders into that ball. Like that one a little bit more. There's a little bit more turn on that speed up and just a little bit of a mistiming from Kawamoto.
3-8-1.
Again, there's that drive she keeps trying to execute, and it really needs to either turn into maybe a 3/4 drive or a drop because Jorja Johnson is just all over that ball.
3-8-2.
Just again, a little bit of a mistimed ball.
4-8-2.
And again, I just want to go out there and say, stop doing this play because it is not working. They keep trying to make that happen. They're looking for the drive and then the partner to crash. However, drives are definitely a little bit high right now. They're not dipping very much, and it's doing is allowing Jorja Johnson to come in and counter that ball.
Second serve. Point.
Great coverage again as Kawamoto and Johnson split that lead just a little bit more. There's another phenomenal lob from Jorja Johnson.
Game point. 10-4-2.
And she had it off the time of the net and then just a little bit of a miss hit. So a little bit of an overshoot with the first game going to our number 4 seed.
0-2. Side out. Zero, 1. Point. One, 0-1. Point. Here you go. 2-0-1. Second serve. 2-0-2. Point. Three, 0-2, Jorja serving on the right. 3-0-2. Point.
Come on.
4-0-2. Point. Timeout. Receivers 5-0-2. Point. 6-0-2. Point.
Come on, let's go.
7-0-2. Point. Eight, 0-2. Point.
Here you go, come on.
9-0-2. Side out. Zero, 9-1. Second serve. 0-9-2. 9-0-1. Point. Match point. Ten 0-1. Point game match. 11-0.